What's up, Alphas? It's your boy Alphas. I make looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And of course, it's Keep It Down on Sports on a Friday. This is crazy. On a Friday, it's crazy. But we are here, ready to enjoy ourselves, have a good time. As y'all see, I am by the judge himself. It is the one and only Monterey. The best in the Midwest is below me. It is the Unico Williams. Of course, we got the sensei of the Blurred Cartel, Hollywood Sensei. The legend himself is here to join us to talk a little bit of sports. We got a few topics today to talk about, and I'm excited for it. How y'all doing today, boys?
Yo,
You
Blessed
mean
and
good
highly
Friday.
favored.
Juneteenth, you know what I mean? Shout out to all my black folks. You know what I mean?
Chud the
Special
builder
Juneteenth
on
edition.
Chud the builder got his bond revoked. He in jail. Good day. It's a good day for black people. Let's go.
Good day.
The racist lost right before Juneteenth. That was a good present for Juneteenth.
Well, they
But
also dropped. They also dropped the Carmelo Anthony footage today, and it's very racist on Twitter right now. So it's not very clear footage. It's not clear, but they try to drop that on Juneteenth too to stir it up.
we ain't letting them win. We got Chud the builder locked up.
Good old CIA psyop.
Yeah, we got the Chud the builder locked up. But let's get into some sports real fast. We're gonna start off with this. Yay or nay? Wemby is still the current lead for the face of the league. As the
Yay!
future face of the league. Future face of the league. Future.
He's in.
Because
He's in
it's
the
still LeBron.
lead.
Yeah.
He's in the lead, but I mean, had you asked a different question, is he the face? I would have been like, absolutely not. He had an
No, not yet.
opportunity, he lost it. But as far as lead, yes, 100%. I believe he's in the lead.
How did
Uh, if they would have won the finals, I would have said yay. But because of how the finals ended and how he acted when it ended, I'm gonna say nay.
But who you
Who's
got
your
as the future
lead?
face?
For me, it would be Anthony Edwards.
He got hate for in serious things too. I don't know. They just choose to hate. He got like I'm like if you shake hands too early, you get hit on. If you don't shake hands, you get hit on. By the way, Paul Pierce showed the tape that he didn't shake hands at the end of the finals when they lost the
Miami
finals. And Draymond
or
Green
Kobe?
said he shook hands with Toronto, but he didn't. So people found it out. Because Draymond Green went on a rant about shaking hands on you, something like the Kawhi on you. People found the tape.
Oh, matter of fact, nah. Matter of fact, nah. The new face of the league about to be my main man. You know what I mean? In Dallas, we got the All American white
Oh,
man.
Coop.
You know what I mean?
Coop.
You know what I mean? The NBA been waiting for the next great white hope. You know what I mean? So yeah,
They
it's
were
Cooper
disappointed
Flag,
shit.
dog.
They were so disappointed shit. By the way, I love Cooper Flag. I love Cooper
It's
Flag.
This
Cooper
said
Flag.
50 point Coop.
I mean,
Got
he's
it.
about to be the face of the league. You know what I mean?
Coop play
Interesting.
defense. He can score. He do everything. I love Coop. Monterey.
it's a tricky question because I say yeah, he in the league to be the next face of the league. I think that's fine. But when I say lead, I think that lead is like almost minuscule because I don't think none of the current face of the league contenders are anywhere close. Like they tried it the last 2 years with Anthony Edwards, and that just fell through because he just was not that guy on not on the right team, not able to get to the right levels when they pushed it. Then they tried to go full force, NBA included, with pushing Wemby as it, and it just fell flat on their face with just everything going bad. So it didn't work out for that one either. And then so sure he could be in the lead because like he's like the most known right now American based player. That well, now he's not even American, he's French. So it's still not gonna be accurate. But otherwise, I don't really have a problem with it. But yeah, he could be in the lead for face of the league, sure. But I don't think it's really much of a race. I guess is the best way I can say it. I
I'm
don't
a.
think nobody is close.
It's three criteria to be the face of the league. One, do you move the needle when people talk about you? And I'm gonna tell y'all you, Wemby moves the needle. Listen, I did probably 100 shorts in the playoffs on the playoffs. The one name that consistently got me a lot of views is Wemby. If I put his name in there, he got views. So does he move the needle? Yes. Most watched finals alongside the Knicks. Yes. One of the most watched in Western Conference Finals. He got that. Talked about 5 days later, they still talking about him shaking hands. 5 days later, I'm seeing Skip Bayless still mention him shaking hands. Like that's how much they don't even talk about the Knicks. They talk about Wemby shaking hands still. 5 days. I saw Stephen A. and them talk about that. I'm like, again? I don't but that's the need. So you need to move. Second gotta be MVP candidate. Should probably win MVP, but at least be an MVP candidate. He was third place. And the third, you gotta win championship. Therefore, he in the league, but he don't have it because he got 2 of the 3. Shea got 2 of the 3 as well, so he's close. Jokic is older, so it's hard to put him up there with them. Best player, yes, he could be in that conversation, 100%. But face of the league, he kind of on the older side. The league probably want a younger face of the league. So you got people like that. And another name that's surprising me that people talk about a lot that moves the needle, but he hasn't got the other two is Dylan Harper. I was shocked by that because if you put his name in the title, it does very well for your YouTube video. They even did a Family Feud episode, and Wemby was the 7th most famous athlete in the world, behind like Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Messi, LeBron. Like I'm like, that's a crazy title. He's 7th most famous athlete in the world right now among Americans. So I was like shocked by that. But yeah, so he got 2 of the 3, but you still gotta win a championship, and you probably gotta win the MVP to actually take that spot. So he only got 1 of the 3 technically. So, but he is a kid. I also could.
Matter of fact, I'll take my answer back. I know. After listening, I'll take my answer back. I think it's SGA. I'm gonna be fair. The reason why
he got 2 of the 3, so
I'm taking it back. And the reason I say that back, Wemby is not fair to be like he moves the leader. He moves the leader right now because he was the most popular thing to talk about because the NBA was trying to push him as the face throughout the entirety of the playoffs, especially during the OKC and Spurs series. That's primarily when it pushed off. And yeah, he moves the needle, but he moves now. It's more of like some of that hype has gone down because he got exposed, and so it's not necessarily the same. OKC was moving the needle by being the villain, and SGA just wasn't pretty to watch. But they were the villains because they were the villains. They were hyping them, going everywhere. Everybody wanted everybody to beat them. You can also move the needle by being a villain of the NBA. That's how certain people operated. That's how there are people that love LeBron. There are people that hate LeBron. There are people that love Kobe, and there are people that couldn't stand Kobe. There were even people in Jordan's era that loved Jordan, and there are people that couldn't stand him. So moving the needle ain't necessarily just you're gonna be the famed person. It's like, yeah, that's fine. And I think after like 2 months from now, once we get back to the regular season and then Wemby's moved to the point of it's now whatever you do in the playoffs is the only thing that matters, because they've done this twice with Anthony Edwards and they tried to push him and he was moving the needle, whether it was baby mama drama or everything else of that nature. But I'm not gonna say that you are the closest, but no, because nothing about his game right now, nothing about his current accomplishments, and nothing equates to you really being anywhere close to face of the league. Nothing equates to it. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not taking my answer back. SGA is the closest, because if SGA would have won a championship this year, man would have been the face of the league by outright being probably the most hated superstar currently going, and people would have wanted him to lose. Would have made you beat the face by default, just because people outright know who you are by their dislike of your team. So still no.
But I also see New York media has made him a villain because I don't know, they don't talk about it. Joe Budden went on a 10-minute rant on how much he hate Wemby now. So that's.
I'm not gonna count the people that just want to just trend and will talk about whatever they know is popular right now as a real.
But no, I'm saying
Joe Budden's gonna talk about Wemby because Wemby's popular to talk about. Yeah. Skip Bayless is gonna talk about Wemby because Wemby is popular to talk about. Like I'm not gonna count that like no. It's just you're trending right now. So they're going to talk about it.
By the way, I don't disagree with Murray because I did put SGA. He got 2 of the 3 in my category.
No. If SGA would have won this year, he'd have been the face, because he'd had 2 back-to-back championships, 2 back-to-back MVPs, 2 back-to-back Finals MVPs. Motherfucker would have been a face, straight up. No matter how, nobody wouldn't have been able to deny what the accomplishment that he did, and they'd have been well on their way to dynasty talk right now. And to be fair, he still should be, because the Thunder are still loaded. But just regardless of whatever nature, we'll see how that goes. But no, I'm gonna tell you that no, Wemby's not. He's not the front runner, because. And I say this and all respect to it, whatever. What has he done? You got the same metrics right now as, or close to, not even close to. You don't have better accomplishments than Rudy Gobert. What the freak would I say you're the face of the league right now? You don't.
Technically, by the time LeBron got their first championship, he does have more points and more rebounds. And
no, I was saying like actual accolades. Okay, you right now the main thing you have is the defensive player of the year. Essentially, rookie of the year. That's it. That's all you have to your name when it comes to like when we're having like career accomplishments and stuff of that nature. And I'm talking about face of the league. He hasn't done anything. And I gotta look over, and I have to be fair to him because he's not from American soil, so I don't have to put anything against him or anything of that nature because we have multiple people that's not. I'm like, I have multiple champions that I'm just immediately glossing over. Giannis don't won the championship. SGA don't won the championship. Jokic don't won the championship. Who else did I have? It was those three. Like Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, like multiple other people done won a championship, done won finals, MVP, done won MVPs. And you the front runner, why? What reason do I have to justify you being the front runner of face of the league? What have you done? Now, mind you, I say he's extremely young, so he has hopefully a long and great career ahead of him. I'm just like, brother, that's not fair for me to disrespect the other accomplishments and the other things that these great players have already done. And I got a better chance of saying Luka's the face of the league right now, and Luka just has a shooting title that suits his name. And I got a better chance of saying that than I just he made the finals. So a lot of these people. So Jimmy Butler done made the finals. I don't see nobody up here talking about Jimmy Butler the face of the league.
Again, like I said, I dismiss certain people because they older, so they not gonna make an older person.
I say Jim Butler, Tyler Hero done made 2 finals in the last 5 years. And everybody saying he made no. Everybody saying that's not fair. That is just not fair. No, he hasn't done anything. No, he has not done anything to say this man should be face of the league right now, or even close. Nothing. So no.
No. You brought up Jimmy Butler. Like that was gonna be a real argument. Nobody ever thought that. Nobody would ever think that.
Finals this soon as it's good. So a lot of people.
No. I never tuned into a Jimmy Butler playing tonight. Don't nobody do that.
Wemby is a needle mover, but
you tell me Wemby playing tonight, I'm gonna watch it.
Like I know people that know Wemby that don't know nothing about basketball. They don't know another player besides LeBron.
I'm happy with that. It's cool. That means
when I say needle mover, that's what I mean. People know him.
People know who
you tell me SGA playing tonight. I'm not turning the TV on to go watch SGA like that.
But I also know
I'd rather go watch Wemby.
I'm gonna watch just so I can root against them because I don't like that team. I also know people that do that. That means you also are a needle mover. Even if, like I said, even if people don't cheer for you, you can move needle by outright being a villain. Easy.
But I do give him needle mover. Like I said, it's SGA him in that little ranking for me. Then Ant kind of like third. Because like I said, like if you say SGA, I'm not gonna be mad at you because he got 2 of my 3 categories.
I'm not giving that to him right now. Like that's not fair.
But
it's just not fair.
But just like as far as leading, I think the league kind of got a future star they know. And then he got a teammate that like I said, also has a potential to.
I got a legit question.
What's that?
Yeah.
All right. So like throughout the course of the NBA's history, there has been great foreign-born players, of course. You know what I mean? Hakeem Olajuwon, Dirk, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. Now you got Wemby, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Jokic, Luka, you know what I mean? Giannis. But with all that being said, the face of the league has always been an American player, even with the rise of the foreign-born players becoming some of the best players in the league. So realistically, can the NBA be as big as it continues? Can it continue to be as big as it is with a foreign-born player as the face and not an American? Because
I'm gonna say this:
an American sport.
I thought the same thing you did. Then I saw them finals ratings. When I saw them ratings for the finals this year, I'm like, okay, they might have something, but it's also the Knicks too, so I knew that was gonna be added in there. But you need a other star to be against the Knicks to do it. Like the best case scenario for the league is for the Knicks and Spurs running back and Wemby take the title and be the MVP next year. Is that what the league want? For Wemby to be the MVP and then beat the Knicks?
That man got to make a heck of a turnaround in his skill set right now.
Man, you gotta damn all that. First of all, can the Knicks make it back? I mean, I think it was.
I just said the perfect scenario for the league because Cat might not get re-signed because they can't afford the max for him. So that's an interesting scenario that's gonna happen.
I mean, the East is back next year. I believe they're back competitive all over again. It's not a walk, a cakewalk.
Celtics next year.
It's gonna be different next year. Orlando
Hawks
might be a
gonna be a
little
lot
bit
better. I
better.
know people laughing at it, but
Atlanta,
Atlanta Hawks gonna be a lot better. Jalen Johnson
Charlotte,
gonna be a lot better.
Charlotte will be there. The Heat might be
By the
back
way,
based
Jalen Johnson the
upon
only
it's
team
a
to beat them
lot.
twice. By the way, Jalen Johnson beat the Knicks twice.
Come here, boy. Come here.
But to answer your question, Hollywood, I would say that as long as I've been alive, it's always been an American, which would be Michael Jordan. You had the luxury of having him for over a decade. Then you had so you had that, and then you had the luxury of having LeBron and Kobe and all them for all these years. Then after Kobe and them came off, you had LeBron and still had Curry and you still had KD and you still had Russ and all them. So we just had the luxury of just always having an American. So now with it being a much more wide open world, with the world having the internet and all that type of stuff, and the international community can jump in, this is our first opportunity to see if it can work in the history of basketball.
Yeah, but I saw another question that we're gonna ask about. Yeah, let's see what we got here.
And also scandalous. When I say scandalous, not scandalous, but scandalous faces of the league. So I mean the Anthony Edwards aspect of things, like I mean that nigga's not squeaky clean like you get with your LeBrons and your Stephs. You know what I mean? So it's Wemby right now. I mean he's squeaky clean. So is SGA. He's squeaky clean.
But
So
got
it's
kind of the rough little that Allen Iverson kind of had at that time.
but Allen wasn't never the face. He was just
But
hey.
Allen was also 6 foot, so that's also a problem with the league. Not a 6 foot person.
So that's we just gonna have to wait and see what America's actually going with. That's what it's gonna take.
Popularity wise, it'll have to be Ant, but Ant got to probably get out of Minnesota because everybody that got out of Minnesota win a championship. As soon as you get out of Minnesota, it's time to win a championship. Hey, Wiggins got out, won a championship. Cat got out, won a championship in a few years. Hey, Kevin Garnett got out, won a championship. Kevin Love won a championship. Man, that really happened. Like if you got Minnesota as a it was the second or first star, you win championships. Apparently, I did not. When I think about that, that's actually crazy. How that? Yeah. And I think it's at the third year too. Every time, right? Second or third year, you win a championship every time you get out. That's a crazy stat. Next up, this is a question I saw.
Where your parents at?
The Spurs will end up like this is Doc Rivers, so excuse the stupidity of this question. The Spurs might end up like the 2012 OKC Thunder. This is a Doc Rivers stupid question.
Shout out to Doc Rivers. I'm gonna say nay. You know what I mean? Because
I got a simple nay. It's a simple answer.
You know what I mean? If you're San Antonio, you got to be an NBA historian, right? You got to understand that what OKC did hindered them, and then they didn't win a championship until what 2025. Yeah. Took them 13 years to, you know what I mean, get back to the, you know what I mean, because they dismantled the core. They didn't even have to pay James Harden that much. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. Like they didn't even have to pay him that much. So I'm gonna just say nay because I feel like San Antonio not gonna make the same mistake. Just pay Wemby, pay Castle, pay Harper, put some vets around them, and get a better coach. Get Miss Johnson the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And you'll be fine.
I didn't know that coach's name until the finals. I was like, who is this? Who is this?
I call him Mitchell on accident. I'm not gonna lie.
Move Terrence Howard out of here, man. Get him out of here.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna tell you why it's a stupid question. They never had a chance to run it back. James Harden was gone by October 27th. He was gone that same year, so they never had a chance to run it back. So being like they'll never get back like these three did. Y'all said the same thing with them. I'm like, but they never had a chance to run it back. We don't know what they could have did if they would have stayed together. So I think that's just a stupid question. Thank Doc Rivers for asking that, but I do want to know. But potentially, why the question is basically, is there a shot that they don't win a championship with this core? Basically, that's the essential question. But it's the same question. Before they end up like the 2012 OKC. Monroe.
So the question is it a shot that they end up like the 2012 Thunder and never make it back? Absolutely. Yeah, it's very possible. Why? Because recipe for disaster. You don't get rid of your coach who made obvious mistakes throughout the entire playoffs. You piss off your potential star backup point guard who's playing better than your main point guard because you have a cap situation that is pure carnage right now because he has exceeded expectations and still may not start next year. So 2, piss off potential big 3 member. 3, your star member, we have to hope make the advancements to be able to play the kind of game that he should rather than thinking like he's Kevin Durant. So these things combining, is it possible? Like I said, I don't think it will happen, but is it possible they end up like that and don't get back? Let's see. And then combine all of that with they're in the Western Conference with an OKC team that took them 7 games to get by and some injuries and got exposed by a Knicks team in the finals that were inferior to them. And there are other Western teams that could potentially get better. And it's a possibility that they don't. Yeah, it's possible. I don't think it will necessarily happen, but I also have to be mindful and understand that this time last year we were talking OKC was the dynasty, and we were talking that Oklahoma City could get to the finals 3 times in a row with ease. And lo and behold, they got to the Western Conference Finals. They got stopped. And I understand that the NBA changes from year to year. Teams that weren't a threat last year are all of a sudden contenders this year. Teams that ain't supposed to get to the finals last year can get on a high streak and get there this year. So is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible that the Spurs could make mistakes. They could not evolve as a team that could just do bad things, and luck could just not fall their way. It is definitely possible that over the next 2 years they don't get back to the finals. It is 100% possible. I think it's more possible they can get back, but I'm not gonna act like they don't have work to do in the meantime. Like if they don't make the requisite steps to become better as a team and as individual players and as a coach, which is 3 different avenues, mind you, that they got to get better at. Could they get bounced out next year in the second round by somebody? Yep. Could they, then all of a sudden somebody get mad, somebody could get unfortunate. I hope nobody get injured or whatever. I'm just saying I understand stuff like that happen.
Yeah, that's the possible name for me.
Teams can get hurt, teams can get upset, teams can get pissed, players can get pissed, players want to leave. Like, is it? And like I said, I hope this don't happen. I hope they stay together, whatever. I'm just putting scenarios to understand. In 2 years, could Dylan Harper get upset to the point he want to leave? Yep, definitely could. If it keep going the way that it is now, is it possible that Stephon Castle could stay the same or regress or keep a turnover problem? Yeah, it's definitely possible. Could De'Aaron Fox, because they're stuck with his contract, get worse in the coming years instead of better? That's definitely possible. Could Wemby, keep thinking he Kevin Durant, keep on taking these pull-up shots or whatever instead of being Tim Duncan and killing them with fundamentals and stuff? Yeah, he definitely could. So it's not out of the ballpark to say that this team might not get back anytime soon. I think it's more likely that they do, but it's possible they don't. So the answer, yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
I agree. Anything possible. Like I said, we hope it's not. We hope no injuries happen. I think that's the number one thing, the injuries. Fortunately for them, Wemby doesn't have like a history of injuries. So that's a great thing for them. Like most of the centers, normally have like injuries throughout their life. Like Anthony Davis was injured in high school a lot. So like people like that, Embiid he started basketball late, but he didn't even play in Kansas. Like he didn't play in Kansas. He didn't play his first year in the league because he was injured. Embiid didn't because he had knee problem. Fortunately for them, Wemby longest out was because of a blood clot, which is like a whole different type of scenario than a leg injury. But for a big man, he had a blood clot. That's way better than him having leg problems. So that's a good thing for them. So hopefully no injuries happen. And the other point I had was I agree with Murray. Dylan Harper, he get mad. Like I said, now it's a problem because he advanced quicker than we thought he was. Because I promise you, if they thought he was going to be this good, they wouldn't have gave that extension up.
I mean, my last thing, and I'm pretty sure we've all seen this post at least sometime this week or whatever. The last 8 NBA champions have been entirely different teams. The last 8.
Yeah.
So for me to sit here and be like, and we've said year after year, after not all, but a good chunk of those teams won, they could easily get back there next year. We said about Boston when they won.
Might be the first time they say they ain't.
We said about the Nuggets when they won. We said about Boston when they won. We said about OKC when they won. Like
Milwaukee ain't even been close.
In the last 8 years, none of them have gotten back, whether it was by injury or just they got beat. So I'm just not gonna act like, they can. No, it's a matter of fact, it's just more chance. Likely, if you ask for, hey, am I going to take if I'm making a bet at Vegas, I'm picking the Spurs to get to the finals for the field. It's just gonna be more likely that the field was gonna win. It's just odds. So no, yeah, it's possible they don't get back. I think they will, but yeah, it's possible they don't get back.
Man, 82 games is so many chances for something bad to happen. This ain't like football where it's like, yes, it's it's a smaller sample size, and every game is like week to week is, that's the season's on the line. But the NBA, that's 82 games, 48 minutes, or however, 48 minutes of anything can happen. And so injury is crazy. I mean, we in the NBA, man, dudes be out like 6, 7 weeks, 3 months, like all type of stuff, and that can change the record drastically. Like, that's the NBA is so hard to call. Now, the point I want to make about OKC is like the team really looks good enough, especially record wise, to where it makes sense to be like they more than likely coming back for a third run at this thing. I mean, they could be Western Conference champions or make it to the Western Conference Finals again, just because, like I said, from their record standpoint, they look like they were going back to the finals. I mean, they looked like a really good team all year. So the Spurs, we know that they look. I feel like they can't do nothing but get better. So I mean, it makes sense if you would be like the Spurs and probably going back to the finals. But man, it's so early right now, and I mean, like I said, that December, January stretch of games is going to make a difference between a lot of people's records. I mean, it's a lot that can happen in the NBA, so it'd be really hard pressed to say. But I mean, record wise though, OKC and the Spurs, they just record wise, they look poised to make another run at it. I don't trust the Knicks. Man. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
Knicks the first team I've seen that people like they can't run it back. I saw Stephen A. Smith, who
I don't
supposed
see
to be his
it.
favorite team, say they can't run it back. But again, they have a problem. If Cat don't take less money, which is almost $10 million a year, they can't re-sign him. So that's a big problem.
No, I'm gonna be fair. It's not.
That's a big problem.
I think the media saying the Knicks can't run it back is probably just them being honest and say this is really a fluke. Right? It's just them being like.
Yeah, I don't think it's a slight.
I'm there.
It's just like they overachieved this year.
And then Cat might not be there next year, so that's
the ball bounced your way. Knicks. That happens.
And plus, you gotta look at the history of the past 8 years, the parity in the league. There hasn't been a repeat champion since what? Golden State ran it back to back in 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's not a far-fetched thing to say, the Knicks not going to run it back because nobody has ran it back in the past 8 years. I mean,
I think they just admitted it was a fluke. Like, and not to say that the Knicks are a bad team. They're not a bad team. They played amazing. It's just we can be honest and be like,
came back from 30 down.
I did see a stat that said in every game the Spurs shooting percentage went down, which means they got tired legs from the season being long and they're not used to playing it long.
Oh, that's just
anytime you ever seen it, I ain't not saying it's an excuse, but again, if you're not used to playing, because you gotta remember they played in game 7s. Knicks had time to have 7 days rest. So if a player's legs go to, I know people gonna say they're young, but 100. Most of these people only play 20 games a season. Wemby never even played 60 games in the season.
I'm gonna use this time to give kudos to LeBron because he used to 82 game seasons, then the playoffs. I mean, he was living that life for like almost 10 straight years.
He'll freaking nature.
I mean? So
he's a
freaking. By the way, LeBron, the only player I know that didn't get a major surgery. That's why everybody in the next 4 years after him all retired besides him.
I mean, but let's be real. It's not the Spurs that had it. It was Wemby. Like, let's just be real. Wemby averaged 20-something minutes in the regular season. And then he started getting 40. Then he started getting 42. After you get 40-minute games, and you've been playing
29 minutes.
Yeah, they were showing his percentage too. Every quarter, his percentage go down. Yeah, by the way, that's also why he started shooting jumpers more. Because when you're tired, you start like, I ain't finna do that.
He got a ways to go. That boy better learn from the school of Tim Duncan. And you in San Antonio. Go learn from Tim Duncan.
But KG,
Him and David Robinson. He like you got both of them.
I did see KG say Tim. KG said I work with young boy, but Tim ain't like that. Tim like, hey,
Look, you in San Antonio, you the next coming. You better convince.
No, Tim better do something.
With him. But KG said you got a slim bill like me. I'll work with you this summer, young fella. But he said Tim ain't really like that though. So Tim don't like work with people like that.
The way Wemby needs to play is like Tim Duncan. It's not necessarily like Garnett. Because Garnett will also take jumps.
He talking about core exercises to get his strength.
If Wemby played like Tim Duncan, straight fundamentals, simple handles, and an occasional shot, the man would be unstoppable.
But that take the fun away from him.
Tim Duncan was like one of the most boring.
That's why Tim Duncan could never be the face of the league.
And I say boring to watch. Tim Duncan was one of the most boring, fundamental game players. Yeah. And he was also the best power forward in NBA history. The man had 5 rings. And so he could never cares about being the face if you win?
Listen, on my list, Tim Duncan's ahead of Kobe. But Kobe was a face of the league. Tim Duncan wasn't simply because Tim Duncan didn't have the real
like. If you win, who cares about being a face? You win.
But we'll see. He that everybody kind of want him to be everything, and it's a very interesting there because he is the creative player that everybody kind of made in old NBA 2K. Like I'll make this 7-foot dude that can dribble and shoot, and he can. So it's kind of like, okay, is he gonna ever adopt that mindset to be different? Because I ain't gonna lie. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you were 7'6" and can shoot like 38% from 3 and can dribble, would y'all not be like, yo, fuck out here posting up? I'm finna triple threat like cause that's lie. That's not lie. We all did it on 2K, and did y'all ever just post up and do hook shots?
I don't think I made it.
No.
7'5".
I have never. We created Wemby on the game and we refused to do it.
He be 6 something, but I didn't make him 7'5". I know I didn't do that.
I know. Everybody I know I'm gonna make a 7.
I think early 2000s when I was a kid, when you would be like, "Ooh, this will be funny. Let me make a 7'7" nigga."
Joe, they patched it out.
As an adult,
Joe, they patched it out. You couldn't do it no more. Joe, they patched. How the hell am I lying? Did they not patch it out 2K so you couldn't be a 7'6" dude that can shoot threes?
They did.
They had to patch him out. So I'll be a hypocrite to be like, yo, if I had this ability, would I just be? You know what I'm saying? Would I just?
Well, and this is a weakness that I found out about Wemby too. Is especially in that game 1. It's like they be standing him up. Like he can't. What Mitchell Robinson and
oh yeah,
and Cat. They was standing him up like there's no backing him down. It was remember when Cat was trying to post up or trying to when he was trying to back down. That's how they was standing, stopping him in his tracks. He couldn't get to the paint if he wanted to, bro. So it's a lot he got to work on.
Jose and everything. But then you saw like Jose and them, and they hit him in the legs with the butt, throw him off balance so he can't do lobs and shit. He gets a lot of fouls. That's why he get frustrated a lot too, and he'll push somebody because if you watch the play, he literally get like thrown on the ground.
Hey, now hold on. Hey, and also some of his behaviors. It get his ass smacked in the motherfucking jaw, man. I'm gonna tell you that now. Keep doing that shit.
If I'm Wemby,
I'm not gonna lie though, he do that shit and nobody do nothing to him. Shout out to that.
Because that nigga tall as fuck. But listen, if I'm Wemby, off season, you know what I mean, walk up, get some bricks in your back pocket, nigga, holla at Giannis, dog. You know what I mean? Holla at, get in the weight room with Giannis.
I don't know if his body can do that. I'll do probably KG, Tom Brady.
Oh, you talking about what off season? Wemby got
Kevin Durant did that too. He kind of bulked up a little bit. He was able to move around pretty successfully. He can kind of be slim but add some muscle. I've seen it happen.
For his build though, it probably KG.
Wemby need to work on 3 things. He got to get a little bit more size on, like a little bit bigger, to be able to bang down there. He got to work on the post game. You know,
he got a post game. He's just not strong enough to do it.
Bottom, and he needs. It's gonna sound a little bit off shaky or whatever the case may be, but post game, that and I'm gonna say mid range shooting, not far away shooting, but because a clutch factor, I would say that, but you can't really develop a clutch factor until you get a clutch like this. But you need a post game because you need to be able to just work down in the post. Down low, you need to be able to be in the paint, bang in the paint, all that kind of stuff there. You have to be able to do that. Oh yeah, conditioning, that was third. Conditioning, because you cannot keep on getting tuckered out. But if you work on an effective post game to not have to work as hard, you won't be as tired. Conditioning, post game, strength. That's what you work on. Because if you come back and I see you in game one trying to go off 50 like you did this year with amazing shots, including lucky shots, like I know you need random 3-pointers and all that stuff, not gonna go well because people are gonna exploit you. Like we found out in the playoffs, your game is exploited in the playoffs. You are not a shooter. You are a big man. Play like a big man.
Y'all know what's crazy though? We be talking like he averaged like 27 and 13. Like, it was like a crazy like nigga, you should have did more. But he should have though, because
I'm not saying he should do more. He should do different.
But I will say this for him though. The post game, I think he got post move, but I'm gonna tell y'all something from playing back. If you ain't strong, that dude don't move. You're gonna be looking crazy. Sometimes he did a move against Cat, and Cat didn't move, and he did a layup up and under. Cat just sat there and looked at him. He like, oh, that ain't gonna really.
Yeah, I'm like, you ain't backing down, Cat. I'm like, bro, you should be able to back down, Cat. I'm like, even though Cat is strong, I'm just saying like that's the kind of post game you should be able to back.
But you saw him do post move on Chet, and it worked because Chet ain't strong.
Like,
so
Jokic, we talking about Jokic. Jokic can bag down somebody in the post and get a bank.
So you saw him do post moves on Chet.
Bag down somebody, get a bank, easy. You are 7'5". We need you to be able to back down somebody and get a bank one. That should
like
be.
I said, that'd be if he get his core strength down and can like not be set like this. When if they can put it in your back and sit you like that, it don't matter what move you got, he ain't moving. So he just sitting there. You can do all the shakes in the world, boy. He just gonna be looking at you like
that. He ain't moving this.
I'm gonna say it like this. And
you just move,
you'll understand what I mean. But past game one, it didn't happen as effectively. But Alex Caruso should not be able to guard you.
Yeah.
That should not happen. Caruso should not be able to guard you.
Well, if I can push you out the paint, you went off of that paint.
No, you know how disrespected Shaq would have felt if they would have put a nigga like Alex Caruso on him, nigga.
Hey, no,
fire.
Come on, dog.
Like Caruso should not be able to guard you with Chet coming off the weak side. No, you should be like, oh, this is an easy and one every time this man gets the ball next to me. You shouldn't even be
like I said, get his core strength up. He'll be good.
I
get my man a better
and one every time I get the ball.
Get him a better point guard. I mean,
which is speaking of, shout out to that segue. Fox should remain the starter for the Spurs next season.
Nay, I'll tell you, he's the main reason. I'm gonna say 1A, 1B, 1C. He was like 1B for the reason why they lost this finals. I really feel like had they had a better veteran point guard that knows how to slow the game down and put your big man in positions to score,
Chris Paul,
it would have been way different. You know what I mean? Fox never been that dude. You know what I mean? Like, he been a great scorer. Went to the playoffs one time with Sacramento and they lost to Golden State. You know what I mean? But yeah, Fox, it was a good move in theory. It looked like, oh yeah, maybe if we put him in a different situation, he'll elevate his game. But we seen the flaws of his game come out in the finals. It's just he's not a floor general. You know what I mean? For a team that young, you need somebody that can slow the game down, dictate the pace, and be a floor general. And he's not that. So, yeah, that would be my biggest thing of getting him out of here and putting somebody in that can actually, operate with Wemby the correct way.
I was thinking earlier about that, and I was like, okay, what if he come off the bench and they be like, hey, when Wemby come out now you the scorer. You don't have to worry about all that floor general. Just do what you did in Sacramento with the second unit. And I'm like, okay, that
might work.
That's what I'm saying. Just be the floor. And then Castle got developed. In that case, Castle had to develop his mid-range game because most of the turnovers come from when he gets stuck in the mid-range. Because I don't know if people saw it. Because Fox and Harper, I know people saying Fox and Harper, but they score in the same spot. They both left-handed. They like the same spot. If you look at the numbers, I was looking at it the other day. Fox percentage and Harper percentage when they play together goes way down because they like to try to score in the same spots. Castle like to score in the middle of the court. The only problem with him is he gets trapped in the middle and he's not confident in that midi. And then he just like, oh, I gotta throw a lob or something, and then it ends up being tipped or flipped over. So if he learn that, he can literally be the point guard for the team. I know people don't like Harper is a scorer. Harper is a scorer.
Yeah.
Castle
Harper definitely should be the two guard.
Castle is literally he's 6th in the NBA in assists this year. He was 5th in the playoffs in assists. He had a lot of turnover because when he get mid range, he kind of get trapped and then he throws the ball away because he's like, oh shit, I ain't confident in this shot. So if he work on his midi, which should be his main thing, works on his mid range, he'll be good. He'll cut the turnovers down. That's why I also when they were talking about Fox shouldn't come back in the OKC series, I'm like, no, Fox can occupy that middle and take the ball to Cal's hands so he lets the turnover. That's the whole reason I thought that because I know when he get trapped in the middle, he gets in trouble and he loses the ball. He'll try to go through an offensive foul and run through people because he's like, dang, I don't trust this mid range shot. But I see him in the playoff try to start developing the Shea move that he tried to start doing. He kind of went away from the final because it wasn't working, but I appreciate that from him. Like I said, Dylan Harper got to learn how to go in the middle with his right hand because he'll lose the ball too much. And he got to learn how to pass when he get too aggressive because he's a great scorer. He is an amazing scorer. And then they both just work on their 3-point shooting, and if they work on those things. And I have faith in Castle because his 3-point shooting went up way higher this year. He went from like 29% to 38%. So that means, okay, I know you. And in the second half of the season went up to 40%. So I'm like, okay, 40% in the second half. In the playoffs, I think he ended up with 38 again. So I'm like, okay, you at 38 instead of 31, 29 like you were last year. So I'm like, okay, you improved. So I like seeing improvement from players like that. So, and then Harper improved over the year. So they got a little bit to work up, but like I said, I thought Fox should go to the Fox. If you can't get rid of him, take him to the bench and let him be the main scorer off the bench. So we ain't got to worry about being a floor general. Murray.
I see now I'm gonna be the one to have the complete answer. If they can't trade him yet, he should be the starter. And I'll let me know that I am a Harper guy. Harper is my favorite person on the team right now. I hope he's fair. He shouldn't start if they can't get rid of Fox. The reason I say that is because I believe Harper has the talent and the ability to be a starter and start and lead the team and everything of that nature. That's fine. The two issues, one is that even though we have problems with Fox and everything of that nature, Fox started all last year for the most part. He started all last year. When this team won 60 games, it was when Fox was a starter and Harper was able to come off the bench. And if I had to pick one of them to come off the bench, it would be Harper. Even though they've also had lineups that are interchangeable where they've had Castle come off the bench sometimes or whatever. I've never really seen Fox come off the bench. And that's something that can be an adjustment going forward. Like, hey, Fox, some games you just might have to come off the bench, just to be fair. And that would be something I would watch. I would even be willing next year to start both of them or just interchange all of them to see what's the best rotation if Harper can really lead the team. Because even though we all say, yeah, Harper should come off and lead and everything and start or whatever, Harper is 20 years old. Like, he's also very young. And unfortunately, experience is just something that he's going to need. So I'm willing to have him start sometimes if I can't. But if I can't get rid of Fox and the man going to be sitting there making $50 to $66 million a year on my team, I have to, I can't justify necessarily benching him unless I know for 100% fact Harper can lead the team. And right now, though he has the talent, he doesn't have the experience. So if I can't let go of Fox, I would start Fox. And, some games it might be Fox and Harper. Some games it might be Fox and Castle. Some games it might be Harper and Castle. And I'm just going to work those around to eventually get Dylan the starting minutes and the ability that he needs to lead. Because he's going to be my leader in the future. That's going to happen. But it's going to also give me time because the coach also will have to get fair. The coach is not an experienced coach. He's also a young coach. So I have to give everybody time to be able to acclimate and really see if the team can be super successful with Harper at the lead like it was when Fox was at the lead. So as much as I would love to be like, yeah, I want to immediately start Harper and everything, wisdom dictates that's not immediately the route to go if I have Fox on my team. Because regardless of how the team is young, it just is. The team is young. Everybody's under the age of 23. And Fox is the only person with any kind of experience. And unfortunately, he has the history to show that in the regular season, this team won 60 games when I was the head point guard. Harper can't say that. So as much as I love Harper, experience and history is going to be like, lead Fox out there while he's there and alternate around. And then if by the trade deadline of 2027, like January-ish or whatever, I clearly can see, all right, Harper Harper's the best guy to run the floor. He's the best guy to run the point guard and be the starter or whatever case may be. All right, cool. If I can let Fox go for something at that point, big. If I can't, all right, Fox, we clearly see the team's going in a better direction. So we're going to rotate you and have you come off the bench. Something like that. But starting out, if I can't get rid of Fox, Fox is going to be the starter. That's what I would say.
The reason I'm gonna say why the only reason I disagree with it, I want Harper to get the reps. I want them starter reps.
But this
because I want him with Wemby. I don't want him without Wemby. I want him to.
I get acclimate. It, and this is also my mentality when it comes to this. Like I said, I would do it slowly, to get those reps in, because my number one mentality, if I'm the coach or the owner of a team, is not for my team to get the experience, quote unquote, and all that. Is to win. I want to do what I need to do to win. And I know from history standpoint of fact, we won 60-plus games, and Wemby was a potential MVP of the league when Fox started. So therefore, I know from history that I know this will work. And I also know Harper has potential, so I'm going to do him slowly to get that potential in. And we'll be able to know by, January. That's 2.5 months into the season. I'll know by the end if Harper should really start going forward, or if he's not quite as seamlessly blended in or not. So, but ultimately, I want to win. You're gonna get reps regardless, but I want to win, and I know at a floor that if Fox starts, I can win 60 games. So I love Harper, but I also have to be fair to the team and the success of the team versus my own personal bias. So,
yeah. I already asked this and we already answered, so we're not gonna really go on this. Nick should be the title favorite. I think everybody said no already, so we answered that question. But I've seen Knicks fans are losing their mind right now, and I do want to go over this specific thing. So we're gonna have some Knicks topics, and this one's gonna set me off a little bit. But Brunson is a better player than Allen Iverson. Yay or nay?
Capital N, capital O. I don't care if he just won a ring or not. That man is not better than Allen Iverson. Whoever's out there saying Brunson is
Knicks
better
fans
than
going
AI,
crazy right now.
y'all niggas better shut your mouth and stop disrespecting the answer, nigga. You know what I mean? We talk about an MVP, steals leader, all NBA player. You know what I mean? Come on now. Crossed over Jordan. What are we talking about?
He got the crossover band as carry because Jordan didn't like this.
Like, you know what I mean? It's the whole ring culture thing. I mean, you win a ring and then you suddenly just vault ahead of niggas that, was better than you all the whole time. You know what I mean? But because you got a ring, nah.
I'm gonna say this about ring culture too, because this is one thing that I said gonna set me off. Listen, the ring thing is just to separate the all-time greats because they all-time great, and it's hard to separate them.
Right.
What, like the Shaqs, Kobe's, they win 3 or 4, 5 rings. So you need okay, what's the separate? Who won the most? Who had the best percentage? Who did this? Who showed up the most? It's just a little nitpicking. Once we get past the 30 and 40. Ring don't matter who the best player no more because we ain't trying to separate them. It's just who better. And no, Brunson is not better than Allen Iverson. I say we even had a debate in the chat about people saying, is he better than Luka or Harden? No, he's not a better player than Luka or Harden. He is simply not a better player. Now, I did make a case that if I was building a team, would I want him as a leader of the team more so than them two? Yes. But as a player, it's not even, I'm going to just be honest, it's not even close.
I'm just judging them at their peaks. Nah. And I fucks with Brunson.
I like Brunson too. Like I said, as a captain, I love Brunson. But as a player, he's nowhere near prime Harden. He's nowhere near Allen Iverson. He's nowhere near Luka at peak. There's a reason he was second. When they played together, there's a reason he was second choice. Just to be honest. He's a great leader, by the way. Listen. He's a great leader. And if you had him on I would love him on my team. 100%. So it's no disrespect to him. But just because he led a team on a great run where before the last game he scored 42, we were saying OG was the MVP.
That is true.
And the first 2 games we were saying Cat was the MVP.
Yeah, in the first 2 games, Cat was the MVP. Brunson played horrible in 4 to 5 games. Well, the last 6 quarters he played amazing. The second half of the game 4 and then game 5, but the first quarters before that he was awful in that series. So
I mean, so you might have an argument if you say Brunson better 3-point shooter, and then you could go out there and say
Is
he's
it?
learned how to he's learned how to he's built on what AI was able to do in regards to being a scoring guard that goes to the hole. Okay, you got a little bit of an argument there. But until I can see an Allen Iverson with a complete team with help, like Brunson got, which he might be getting those open opportunities in the lane and those threes because of all his supporting cast around him. Okay. So until I could see Allen Iverson with a complete gifted team at his prime, I gotta give it to AI because I mean he did a lot with nothing, if you ask me. And to go up there and say I'm taking on Shaq and Kobe, basically by myself. I mean, dog, no, I ain't no. I'm sorry, Brunson, but you got too much help, bro.
Right.
This is a question that goes to a well-known thing that happens after every NBA championship. A whole bunch of random debates of where this player ranks now and how good is this player ranked now after every championship. It happens every year. And Jalen Brunson is just a new person that people are throwing up comparisons. I've seen videos of people saying, I can't name 5 people better than Jalen Brunson in the league right now. I can't name 7 people. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, people have to understand, and it's something that people just do not get for whatever reason, or they just go with the flow of how stuff goes. Championships normally do not change how the player is. It just advances their legacy. It advances their career. The player is still the same. And I say 9 times out of 10, because unless they have just a historic finals performance or something of nature, or something happens in the finals that makes us have to evaluate their skill set. Like for Wemby, for example, we reevaluate Wemby's skill set based on his performance in the finals. But like if Wemby would have won and played like that, it still would have been like Wemby didn't play well. Like, and so
Brunson didn't play well in there, bro. Like,
the last year or two, and I'm saying that like prime peak or whatever, he hasn't changed just because he got a championship. And we have to start looking at people like these players have not changed. 9 times out of 10, they don't change that much when they win a title. They just win a title. So no, like Brunson still ain't better than Steph. I'm willing to say that because I still think Steph is great. But like, it's not wrong to be like, oh, Steph is Brunson's better than Steph. So I'm like, no, like these are still the same players.
I saw that debate too.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of. When I say I've seen a ton of debates. When I told you I've seen one of people like I can't name 10 people better than the league right now, bro. I'm like, what? Oh, Brunson's better than Ant right now. I'm like, wait, what? Like, how do we get to some of these points?
I saw somebody tell me OG Anunoby is better than Kawhi Leonard. I almost lost my mind.
Yeah, I've seen ones. Jalen Brunson.
What?
I've seen ones where we went. Jalen Brunson has gone from he's the best. He's possibly the top 5 point guard in the league. So he's the top 3 player in the league. How the frick we get here? No. Stop this. Or I've seen ones. The 2026 Knicks are better than the 2024 Boston Celtics roster, or they're better than the OKC team. Like calm yourself. Like, no, just because a team or a player wins a championship doesn't necessarily mean they're super different than what they were. It just means it's a stamp on their legacy and their career. The players are mostly still the same player that still has defensive struggles, like and still shoots a lot of threes and so like that nature. He just won. Like we forget, we're like, oh, Cat's a champion right now. Cat also scored 2 points in the last final game. Like stop acting like these players have changed a great amount just because they have a ring on their finger. That's not what that means. So when we're talking about like Brunson, no, he's not. No, he's not. Like, no.
Matter of fact, when Castle guards him, even in the last game before he got in foul trouble, he only shoots 30%.
We're not doing this, bro. Like, no, like Brunson is not sniffing the top 5 to 10 point guards in history. Like, not right now. What are you doing?
Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you this. Who does? I'm gonna name these 3 guys and tell me, does he clear them? Holly, Maxey, and Cade. Does Brunson clear them?
Yeah, right now because
no. Take the step. Forget the championship. I'm talking about you got them fourth person that you would choose to start up
I think
to start
to
or
be
start
fair,
your team
two
up.
of them still young. Max
Well,
and Cade is
okay.
kind of like they don't have the veteran.
Well, no, I answer your question in a better way. I don't think clearing them is the right term to say that.
Yeah.
But would I pick him above those 3 years? Because I feel like he's just as good of a scorer as Maxey, and he's shown ability to be able to score in the clutch. So with Maxey, I'd pick him over him. Halliburton is two different skill sets because Halliburton is a floor general versus Brunson is more of a scorer. But so it's more either way.
Halliburton come off an injury too.
But Brunson has shown me that I've been able to go farther consistently, leading a team. Hallie has had the one run, but I have to see him be able to do that over longer periods of time, and I don't know what status he's gonna come back as. So I can say Brunson over that. Cade has had 1 year, and I've seen some of the hype over Cade. People need to calm down too. Cade's had 1 year. 1 year of being a top good scoring officer and a top point guard. 1 year.
He got to have some
And in
depth
that 1 year, like, we give him a caveat because his team struggled around him to score. We will give you that caveat.
Well,
so
it sound like you saying that Brunson's the best point guard in the East. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah, right now you could confidently say he's the best point guard. I don't really think there's a problem with saying.
I mean, for me,
I'm not doing it.
If you judging it off of, accolades, then yeah, Brunson. But for me, who I want running my team, if I had to pick between the four, healthy between all of them, I'm picking Halliburton.
I don't know how Hallie gonna come back. He had a lot of issues with his Achilles.
I say it depends on what you want out of your team, which I'm not mad. I say Halliburton and Brunson.
Halliburton would easily be number one.
Size of skill sets. Yeah. Like Halliburton is a rare point general that also showed a really good clutch factor in the playoffs himself. It's just Hallie is young, and I don't know what stat he's gonna come off in. But if you want to say currently, right now, Brunson's probably the best. But it just also depends.
And he beat Brunson already. He just ran in the shade.
Yeah. So it just depends, like on what you.
He got injured in the finals, didn't he?
Game 7, he got 12
game
points.
7 he got injured. He had the strain, I think, around like game 1 in the finals, and then like it just got the better of him when he got fully injured in game 7. But I'm not mad at it. I don't think he clears them. If I'm even looking at outlook, like going forward, who I think is going to be the best, I think Cade probably has the best chance of being the best out of all of them going forward. But right now, yeah, I think I can pretty safely say Brunson, I think, is the best point guard right now. Though I have to be fair, the championship is a part of it. Because prior to the championship, it was probably like a straight free-for-all of who you really thought the best point guard in the East was. But with the championship, it's a bit of an icing on the cake. But I think right now you can safely say he is. But going forward, Cade could be a monster. Straight up monster, but it just,
Cade is a dog. Maxey can be a dog too, but he, like I said, he young too. But
I don't know how I feel about Maxey, to be honest.
Maxey,
I really don't know. I think Maxey is good. I think he's a star.
I don't think he's gonna be the best player on the team. I think VJ gonna be the best player on the team.
I don't know what the ceiling of Maxey is. I don't know if he's at his ceiling right now, being like a primary great scorer, but I don't
he got to grow as a
I don't know if he can just lead a team. I don't know if he can carry a team. I don't know if he can push a team, or if he's just like a Donovan Mitchell currently type player. Like he could be like the second best star on your team, but I don't know.
Embiid kind of hinders him in Edgecombe because they had to slow the game down.
Well, injured Embiid does. Healthy Embiid, that team.
Healthy Embiid the best player on the team, but
injured Embiid, who knows?
He can't jump because he ain't got no knee cartilage. But I love Embiid.
Point guard wise, I say the championship's a part of it, but outside of that, like I said, outlook going forward, I would pick Cade. I think Cade.
Yeah, I think Cade can be.
Maxey, you're looking at him. I don't know. That man's stats go up every year.
He shoots up too.
Points, assists. That should just go up every year. You know what I mean?
He's an offensive monster. It's just
he's so fast, bro.
I don't know what I really think about Maxey. I don't know what Maxey's ceiling is. That's why I say I'm a bit befuddled, and I can't really see, unfortunately, because of him and the team and everything around him. I can't really see him in the biggest moments because the team never really gets past the second round. So I just can't really they
got more screwing us, dog.
They got
McCain and Champagne.
They got swept this year by a Knicks team. Like I said, Knicks team played great, but they shouldn't have got swept by them. So I can't really say I know what the ceiling of Maxey or what he can really do. I don't know because they get to the second round. And
I'm be fair. The Knicks was putting triple teams on Max.
I don't know what I can get from them.
They were triple teaming that boy.
When they run out him, BJ Edgecombe, Paul George, and whatever Embiid we make.
BJ gonna be a dog.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what I can make from Maxey because I don't know what he can do.
Yeah. You gotta move them old niggas out the way so the young boy can flare, get some players on. Next up, I just got a question Monray sent me. Carmelo Anthony's career is being deleted because his number in Denver was taken by Jokic. His king of New York. By the way, that's a line from Pop Smoke. I'm the king of New York. I'm king of New York. Melo. Now gonna change the king of New York. Brunson. His Olympic record got broke by Durant. As Monray sent me. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Melo might be the best player to ever be so disrespected in my life. Letting Jokic take his number is still crazy to me for Denver. That's still crazy. I love Jokic. Jokic wasn't that when he got that number. When he was a rookie, he was not this. If he was this and he came in and won that number, yes. But they let him take it as a rookie, and he was like a late first round pick. And like, oh, you can have 15. What the fuck you doing? Why take that number?
I got my answer for this one. I'm gonna just say nay. Real hoopers, real basketball fans.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? They know Melo is stamped. You know what I mean? Hall of Famer. It's one of the 75 greatest players of all time.
And not getting knocked off. He ain't.
You know what I mean? You know, he was a walking bucket. You know what I mean? He's just, you know, he
chose to do it on his own. He didn't go
what fucked Melo up was, you know what I mean, he got sandwiched in between Kobe winning his chips and then LeBron winning his chips. So
I think his first 4 years he lost to Tim Duncan and Kobe. All 4 years.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Jokic brought a championship to Denver. So, you know what I mean? And Brunson brought a championship to New York. So, regardless, you bring a championship to any team.
Yeah.
I mean, your lore is going to be significantly.
You know how the hell you know it's nasty? His jersey never going to be retired in the Raptors because the nigga got it.
You know what I mean?
You gonna see 15 and it's not Melo in the Raptors. That's crazy.
Melo
maybe get Denver, 7 for the Knicks. Maybe he can get 7 for the Knicks.
Yeah, he probably get 7. But Melo and Denver ain't end on the the greatest relationship anyway.
I'm gonna tell you the truth though. People don't remember. That team was getting moved until Melo got there. They were selling the team off and it was going to be OKC. But Melo got there and saved the franchise.
Yep.
They were the worst team in the league with Andre Miller and all them. In his first year, they sold so many tickets. They said, "Nah, we gonna send Seattle to OKC and not Denver." So the only reason Denver got a team is because Melo showed up.
Because Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean?
But to get disrespected in that city is crazy.
You know, his legacy, I ain't gonna say it's being deleted, but it's usurped because of
the greatness of
Jokic winning the championship and also wearing the same number. You know what I mean? And then Brunson winning the championship. But also, I mean, Melo, when he was in New York, I mean, they didn't really have the championship caliber team, to be honest.
The one year they had it, Amar broke his arm hitting a fire extinguisher.
You know what I mean?
I'm still upset about it.
Screwed it up. Yeah, Amari started I ain't never gonna forget.
They lost by 1 point in Miami, and he hit a fire extinguisher and broke his arm.
Upset by that stupidity.
Like, why would you do that shit? You know what I mean?
He didn't even play no more. Like, you just ruined our chance, dog. Because they only lost by 1 point, Hollywood. They lost by 1 point in Miami, and you broke your arm on a fire extinguisher.
Said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we lose this series. You know what I mean? Let me break my arm real quick.
And he never was the same after that either.
Yeah, shout out to Amari Stoudemire.
Raymond Felton got fat after that, so
shit, Raymond Felton, that nigga.
He didn't got big for real though. I knew he was gonna get big when he stopped.
He was eating too many of them New York Glizzies. You know
but Monray, this was your question that you sent, so I don't know your thoughts.
Like I said, this is over the past week where I've seen so many posts and debates and questions, I had to send this one because it's really interesting. I don't think it's being deleted. But is he being sort of diminished? Definitely. Like, I think when it's all said and done, when it's all said and done on basketball, I'm going to go forever. But when it's all said and done of like probably the next 10, 15 years, Melo might go down to being when people ask about, hey, yo, how was Melo? He was one of them good players, man. He about to go down to that route because Nuggets, I'm gonna be fair. The Nuggets, they remember him, but they've already forgotten him. They got a championship. They don't care anymore. They've already moved on.
He saved the team from
They got a
getting
championship.
moved.
The Knicks, I can tell you right now, the Knicks barely will remember he had a jersey there, just because the fact they just won their first championship in 50 years. They will outright forgot that man even played. They might not even remember his name anymore. Like,
He the first person to get them to the playoffs in like a decade.
They don't care because they got their first championship in 50 years. They don't give a fuck. And I know they don't give a fuck. So and it's not just him. It's when we think about a bunch of players, him, Reggie Miller, there's a bunch of players that were good. Mark I'm not too sure, but Reggie Miller. I had somebody else in my head and it slipped my head just that quick. But the players that were good, but ultimately did not get a lot of championships or accomplishments, that go in the record books other than like points and statistics. A lot of those are just going to end up being like, they were just good players. And it's unfortunate, but it's going to end up being true because as the league continues and more good and skilled players show up, some of them are just going to get left by the wayside. And like, they're going to be like, okay, they were great players. Yeah, some of them made the Hall of Fame and that's going to be it. They're like, okay, well, what else did they do? I mean, we're going to be like, okay, what was the highest point of Carmelo's career? Was it playing with AI with the Nuggets, in the Western Conference Finals against Kobe or whatever? Like, yeah, I guess. Or was it, helping the Knicks make their first playoff run? And yeah, but, they also won a championship. Like,
saving a franchise from a.
they were like, yeah, you saved the franchise. I'm like, they were like, yeah, quote unquote, save the franchise. They weren't going bankrupt.
They was moving. They was 100% moving to Seattle.
Oh yeah, like I'm saying that's what people are going to say.
Oh,
people are like, they weren't going bankrupt.
People don't remember that. I know it,
and that's what I say. When we remember great players and what they've done, it's gonna get harder and harder to remember those great players as great when the goalposts end up being moved. Like, we're gonna be looking at people like, not unless he wins or whatever. But I'm just using people as example, like Jimmy Butler. Really,
that Syracuse gonna help him.
Really, really good players, and it's like they're gonna be sort of forgotten about. Something like that. And just they're gonna be good, but it's not gonna really be a lot to help them stand out amongst the rest of the greats as the greats keep increasing. It's just like we ain't gonna be able to say, hey man, yeah, this man averaged 30 points a season. He was 35 and 6 and all the kinds of stuff. Like, I can name you 7 people that's probably doing that right now. It's just gonna be like, it's only gonna be so much we're gonna be able to help us keep remembering some of these people after a certain point. Like Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady is definitely heading down that route. Where he's like, man, he was a great player.
Yeah, he behind Melo. He never got the first round.
And that's I'm telling you, like,
and it's Doc Rivers' fault, by the way. It's Doc Rivers' fault.
We know T-Mac was an amazing player, but it's gonna be at the point like
it's all Doc Rivers.
It's just not gonna be a lot to continue to separate them after a while. Like, we're gonna get to the next iteration of the matter of fact, this is gonna let you know. The next iteration of the top 75 players in NBA history is gonna be way different than what it was last time. And the order, the ranking, all of it's gonna be way different. So I just know, like, it's not necessarily being deleted, but
I feel like
Melo's gonna still make it the next because it's like 15 people behind him.
I ain't saying he's gonna be eliminated, but I'm just saying I'm using that as an example. Like,
I want to ask, do y'all agree with this or not? Because I've been saying this for a minute. Because they always said, if Melo was drafted by the Pistons, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he probably would have won a chip early in his career, but I feel like had he went to Detroit, he wouldn't have been, who he became, because look who Detroit had at the time. I mean, he was going to start off probably like the 3rd or 4th option. You know what I mean?
He's going to be the 6th man.
It was going to be, you know what I mean? He probably was going to start his first few years off on the bench. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think that's an interesting.
I think he's such a naturally gifted scorer. He would have still averaged like a lot of points off the bench.
Yeah, he probably would have been.
And Larry Brown would have taught him so much.
I'm gonna be fair. My last thing on Melo, when we was talking about, like, he could have won this chip or whatever. Look,
that Denver team was awful.
Melo could have won the championship. He chose.
He went to Miami.
Yeah, that was my thing.
He chose New York. He chose you.
Asked him to come with them to Miami, and he said no. He wanted to do it on his own. And that's like, in my mind, he chose to want to do it on his own. And sometimes, because I remember I got mad when he even went to the Knicks and he could have left again.
He went home. He went to his hometown.
I'm like, bro, no. Like, so in my mind, he chose to want to do it on your own. And sometimes that's just a chance you take, versus.
I gotta ask y'all because they said something about speaking of the Heat, them winning only 2 chips. Was that a failure? Like
No, they
people,
almost didn't win the other one.
like I just don't understand how winning 2 championships in 4 years can be considered a failure. Like I get it. People always want to say, "Oh, LeBron got on stage and said they was going to win 7." Bro, he was hyping the crowd up, man. Like, come on,
How
dog.
the hell? How the hell?
Y'all can't really take that shit serious.
They just said Wemby's career. I seen people say, I seen LaMelo Ball say Wemby's career is stained forever because he lost the championship at 22. And I'm like, at 22? No matter what, it's stained. I'm like, this is the crazy, and this is a basketball player just saying crazy shit.
I've learned that.
LaMelo Ball. Then Lonzo said that's the stupidest.
Yeah, Lonzo definitely. He had to. Cause how your career stained and you lost a chip at 22.
You went to a championship. Everybody they compare to you is literally LeBron, Shaq, Kobe. Like that's who you compare it to right now. They don't mean you gonna get there, by the way. But
it's stupid.
They don't make a lick of sense.
No, I've learned that you can't follow the media. And media, I'm like old media, social media, or whatever. You can't always follow the media and what they say, especially when it comes to narrative. Because there are people that that's not a failure. If you win a championship, just like people were talking about, is LeBron's tenure in LA the last, I think, 8 years or whatever, has that been a failure? And I'm like, he won a championship. No. When people's definition of the word failure in the NBA is just astounding to me. Yeah, the Heat won 2 championships in 4 years. That is an amazing achievement. To call that a failure is insane. Because a failure would be you didn't win. The whole point to win championships and that you won 2. What? How would they ever be? Even if they won 1, it wouldn't be a failure because they came together to win the championship. They won the championship. It wouldn't be a failure. The sons of Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal. That's a failure because not only did they not win the championship, they didn't get close. That's a failure.
And they just replaced Chris Paul with Durant and Chris Paul.
Matter of fact, I've even seen someone talking about this past Spurs season was a failure. I'm like, bro, they were a play-in team last year. Matter of fact, they wasn't even a play-in team last year. They didn't make the play-in.
They had the 3rd pick. They had the 2nd pick in the draft.
They went from not making the play-in to making the NBA Finals. How the freak is that a failure? People's definition of the word failure is stupid because they put such insane expectations and move the goalposts after the match starts. Or after the season goes off, or after they make playoffs. You want to move the goalposts. The Spurs could have made the play-in and it wouldn't have been a failure. Just because they weren't in the playoffs last year.
They're projected to win 42 games this year.
Come on now. At a certain point, media and people got to stop being stupid and moving the goalposts after stuff starts. The definition of the word failure is just different.
I was seeing clips of people that were saying it, and before the season, they're like, yeah, that'll be the 16 they win 45 games.
Yeah. The Spurs did not have a high estimation of how high it was going to go after the season started. They did not.
They picked them to lose in the first round or second. They went to the championship.
Not a failure to me. You go from having a 3rd pick in the draft to the NBA Finals. I don't know how that could be considered a failure.
Without the starters, they only had, I think, 14 games of playoff experience, and they all came from Fox. So no starters ever played in the playoffs before. I don't know. People just do that. I do want to ask some quick ones though. We got some NBA offseason deals that's going around. I said valid or no because I didn't know if it was going to actually go down, but they didn't. It got Giannis, Jalen Brown, and De'Aaron Fox. I know Monday have been going on it. Some of the most random trades that I've ever seen that they just put in an NBA 2K trade thing and said it's going to happen. And people have been believing it, so it's been hilarious to me.
Definitely.
Before holiday goes, because I said if it wasn't Adam Schefter, Shams Charania, Brian Windhorst, or Chris Haynes, I don't give a fuck what these other people be busting out on Twitter because most of them ain't gonna be right. So I'm like, if them 4 ain't got the scoop, why would I expect you to have it before them? Just 9 times out of 10. Yeah, there's gonna be the odd one out. 9 times out of 10, especially about Giannis. Why the frick would I expect you to be this 3-team deal with Jalen Brown going to Atlanta and Giannis going to Boston and the Milwaukee getting a crap ton of picks and
And who was going to Jalen Brown was going to San Antonio and one of them, right? And De'Aaron Fox was going to Boston with Carter Brown.
What are we doing? Like, no, this is nonsense. Nonsense, I tell you. Nonsense.
Yeah, I agree with mine, Ray. Super nonsense. You just been seeing every offseason we see a bevy of these 2K association ass trades and shit that people be trying. Like the Jalen Brown, Giannis, and whatever Atlanta. To me, that trade just makes no sense at all for all three teams involved. So I don't know why any of them would partake in that. You know what I mean? And if you Milwaukee, why the fuck would you give Boston Giannis? Like, you know what I mean? Why would you keep him in the same conference? You know what I mean? And then give him to arguably the best team in the conference. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? And then the other trade that I seen that pissed me off that's supposed to be discussed is the Mavericks trading for Joel Embiid, which would be the stupidest trade since Luka for Anthony Davis.
Hey, if y'all give him some ACL, y'all might have some. Gotta find some ACLs though.
No, I'm good on Embiid, dog. Like, I mean, if this was 5 years ago or something, I'd be like, all right, maybe, but nah. I mean, you going to get Embiid and get what, 40 games out of him? You know what I mean? If that. So, no. I mean, these trades that's popping up now don't make no sense. You know what I mean? And like Monray said, if it's not coming from the legit sources like Shams or, you know what I mean, Adams, Schefter or Windhorse or Bleacher Report or whatever, I'm not paying attention to it because there's so many of these fake NBA troll pages and shit that be posting this misinformation and then motherfuckers run with it. Like niggas begin the NBA Central John, they begin Central every day. You know what I mean? Just because you see the little check mark on there on the Twitter John, you think, it's real information, but it's not. You know what I mean? You could literally type it in on Google and do the research for yourself. But yeah, I'm cool off of these makeshift ass 2K trades. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Bro, I saw somebody compare Darren Peterson to Kobe, and I said, that's crazy, Kendrick Perkins. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins, though, for Jackson State University. Going out there to help them out as well as do ESPN, so shout out to that. He's coming down to the SIP, going to HBCU to do some work down there. I would root for a black person. It's Juneteenth, so shout out to that. But it was another one I saw too. I also saw that I was saying Nick Young said the Spurs season was a D, and I'm like, that's crazy. But
man, them niggas on the arena or whatever it's called now, they just be saying shit, bro.
I'm like, ever since Gil, even they said stuff with Gil, but it seemed like it was all jokes and they were just talking. Now with Skip there, it's just like we all just finna say the
now with Skip there, they just like, yeah, let's just say anything.
Let's try to go viral.
They was the ones that said the fucking Miami Heat, LeBron's tenure was a failure because he only won 2 chips. Fucking Skip and Kenyon Martin, they were just, adamant that it was a failure. I'm like, 2 championships in 4 years. If that's a failure, I want to fail like that.
Yeah. You know it's them and the other show that actually get me upset.
That's how I want to fail.
The other show that actually get me upset beside that, I don't watch them no more, is the Rich Paul and Max Kellerman show. Rich Paul does propaganda to maneuver around shit, and I know he doing it because he just saying stuff. He says stuff to maneuver around so he can get his 8th player. I'm not saying this as an agent, but if you put Jalen Brunson,
first things first, bro. That is the most legit show, and the main one that I watch.
I watch
so most of these other ones, boy.
I watched the Tracy McGrady and them and Vince Young, that little new podcast they got.
The only show that get my attention, like Monterey, I like First Things First, and Nightcap. That's it.
Nightcap is hilarious, bro.
I'm just gonna watch Nightcap and First Things First. That's it.
If you like football, watch Steve Smith show because it's nothing but hoops. If you enjoyed it, he will break down everything. I love Steve Smith show. It's probably my favorite.
And then that other show, the one, what's the other John I hate? The one with fucking. You got Emmanuel Acho and
the Speakeasy. They just say clickbait stuff.
That shit is so ass, bro. And I love LaShawn McCoy, but come on, man.
That's what I've learned, bro. When you in this podcast era and everybody having multiple podcasts and stuff, that a good chunk of them about to be some bullshit. That's what I want. A good chunk of them gonna be some bullshit. They'll be out here just spitting out random bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Like we oh my God. And then of course the main shows, they gotta stay relevant. So, some of them gonna be sitting up here talking about, Tyler Hero done more in the last 5 years than, Giannis Antetokounmpo, because there's just, what?
Michael Wilbur is wild for saying it.
I don't give a fuck if Giannis has been hurt for 3 of them years. You ain't gonna sit here and glaze me into believing that Tyler Hero has been worth more to the Miami Heat than the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you're just not gonna glaze.
Tell you, the game ain't been the same since Skip told Shannon to put his glasses back on. I mean, it ain't been the same ever since.
But I do want to talk about this before we get off. The ESPN is now doing NILs. As we saw, the number 2 basketball player in the country, the guys, and the number 1 girl in the country is getting NILs from ESPN. But they also, this is why I say ethics, yay or nay. Is it ethical? Is it ethical for them to do rankings as well? Because would they not be incentivized to put the person they paying a little higher? Do y'all think that's ethical?
Yeah, I mean, when you put it in that, like, I would have to say no. This kind of look,
that's what I thought.
I mean, this dude kind of looks suspicious. Like, I mean,
what if a few players Hollywood say no to your deal because they want another deal? So do you put and they just all of a sudden the ranking go down 1 or 2?
Right. You know what I mean? I was ranked 5th and I said no to the ESPN NIL. Now I'm 11th. You know what I mean?
Well, he didn't play well in the playoffs, in the high school playoffs last year.
I mean, if I'm gonna be fair, no, it's not ethical, but ESPN ain't been ethical to me in years. So I'm like, it's like what I'm gonna sit here and worry about it. They ain't been ethical in years. Like they ain't been 100% truth telling, depending on the show you watch. Like I'm gonna sit here and be like, expect them to do ethical now. Like no, like I just have not. I've seen ups and downs and manipulation all through the media boards. I ain't gonna sit here and like this is surprising. I'm like, oh, they're doing NILs and oh well. All right then. So I guess whoever gets that nice lucrative contract gonna be top 5. I just literally saw the same ESPN boost the heck out of Wemby being the best player in the world. After a double overtime game and a lucky shot. I've seen them also be like Anthony Edwards is the next coming of Michael Jordan. Why the heck I'm gonna sit here and be like they're ethical when they haven't been ethical in years?
I think they call him Michael Jordan's son.
Like what? I raged that day when they said that bullshit. I'm like, no, the freaking is not. Like, so like, no.
Anthony Edwards, MJ's son.
No.
Anthony Edwards and Jimmy Butler is.
Oh my gosh, boy.
Apparently Michael Jordan's children. You know what I mean?
So like I said, no. I didn't know it ain't ethical, but no, I ain't surprised.
Yeah. We got one more topic and then we're gonna get out of here. Should yay or nay ethics? Even though I misspelled ethics, ignore that. But an NFL team should take a shot on Brendan Sorsby. If you don't know, Brendan Sorsby decided not to go back to Texas Tech after his gambling scandal that he bet on his own team. So he decided not to go back to Texas after he got an injunction which would allow him to play from the Texas Tech judges, which I thought was crazy that all the judges was from that school, so they let him play. He decided to go to the supplemental draft anyway. Is it ethical as a team to take a man that gamble on his own team?
Hell no. But, this is the NFL. They've ignored people's nefarious activities before. Like, people have abused women and done a bunch of things and still been able to play. You had a prominent quarterback sexually assault a woman, and he probably missed a total of 4 games because of that.
They were married.
You had a NFL player go to a concert and call a group of black people the N-word, and they send them to sensitivity training. So, Brandon Sorsby, he probably fit right in. Somebody draft him, even though they shouldn't, because gambling on your team is against the rule, and if you allow him to continue to play, you setting the precedent now that you can do that. Like, you would have to completely change all the rules that comes with players gambling. You know what I mean? If you allow him to enter the NFL. So it's hella unethical. You know what I mean? And I ain't even know who this Brandon Sorsby nigga was until this situation happened. So is he even good enough to be in the league? You know what I mean? That should be like, are you good enough to even be an NFL quarterback?
He was decent at Texas Tech. I don't know about.
It's like I don't even know the ball. Like I ain't hear you until you started gambling. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Maybe I just ain't care about Texas Tech enough last year, but I ain't know this nigga until this situation came about. So I'm gonna just say no, because it just sets a bad precedent. I mean, if you allow him to enter the league, you're gonna have to look past everybody else that's gambling. You know what I mean? Like, what's the nigga that just got banned from the NBA? Michael Porter Jr., brother. You might as well bring him back. You know what I mean? Let him come back and play if Brandon Sorsby can still get in. You know what I mean? I just think it's going to set a bad precedent across all sports. You know what I mean? Like, it should be what it is. You can't gamble. And if you do that, you got to face the consequences.
Yeah. Monroe?
Is it ethical? No. Should they take a shot? Yep. Why? Because the NFL has already shown they ain't ethical for 100%. They have already swept a good number of stuff under the rug. Case in point, in recent memory, Calvin Ridley was guilty of betting on teams in the NFL. He missed a year and he is currently playing. He's a wide receiver. Deshaun Watson had 27 civil lawsuits of sexual misconduct against women. Got the biggest, most guaranteed contract in NFL history immediately afterwards.
By the way, they hit it. I do want to say that they hit it, and the owner paid after he said, "I don't want to be on this team." No, the owner paid for the lawyer of all the women.
So, like he got the most guaranteed NFL contract that they are still paying him, mind you, in the NFL history. So Rashee Rice is currently in problems right now for possible domestic violence and other drug or issue related items. Here's one, Hollywood. James Pierce Jr. was following a girl and literally put her in mental and potentially physical danger, and currently is still on track to play in the NFL.
He wrecked the Lambo to get her too, dog.
I'm not going to sit here and act like the NFL has
wrecked the Lambo. Shout out to Rakia Jackson.
Yeah, I pray you're getting all the help protection that you need, baby. Like I'm just using this as examples to show the NFL has not been 100% on the up and ethical.
Nope.
Sean Payton was guilty of Bountygate and literally taking hits out on quarterbacks and other players on his team. Motherfucker, right now in the league coaching. Right, what are we doing? What am I gonna sit here and act like they've been 100% ethical on the up and up? Excuse me? The many chances they gave Antonio Brown, even though some of that was Tom Brady, Antonio Brown got. So anyway, yeah, they should take a shot on him because the NFL has already shown that sometimes if you good enough, or sometimes if it's not as bad as they hope it's not, they are willing to slide some stuff under the rug and still sign you and let you play. So therefore. He was betting on his own team. So Calvin Ridley. Well, Calvin Ridley might not have been betting on his own team. He was betting on teams. He didn't do 90. He didn't do 90K work though. How you know that? No, but this is not on Calvin Ridley. But I'm just like, I'm like the NFL has, like, bro, our greatest head coach in NFL history is a known cheater. I do not want to hear this whole nonsense. It's not ethical, but they ain't been ethical yet.
Nope.
They have not. Like the GOAT literally is got his own scandal of Deflategate. I'm not gonna sit here and act like the NFL has been ethical. They ain't been ethical since its inception. Hell the fuck. They like, look, if we can sweep this under the rug and it's not that bad, let them play. We've seen it. Like, don't take a shot at them. Why not? They ain't no different. As long as it's not like tragically bad.
Bro,
some of it tragically bad.
you remember the nigga? What's his name? Greg Hardy. Nigga beat his girlfriend up, tossed her on a bed of machine guns, and the nigga got signed by the Cowboys the next year.
Yeah, there's been some instances like the Ray Rice incident
Come on,
they refused to
dog.
let that go, or the Henry Ruggs incident they refused to let that go. I get they have limits. I'm not
Right.
saying
Henry
NFL
Ruggs
is
was
hard. They
bad.
have limits, but I'm not gonna act like they're ethical. Like they're not 100% ethical.
I mean, the Patriots
They
had
can
Aaron-
let them slide under the
Aaron
Aaron Hernandez was in the league. Aaron Hernandez was in the league. That's
He
all
was
you need to know.
murdering people.
Like, if they can lift them and let them slide under the rug.
He was a mass murderer. He was catching touchdowns from Tom Brady.
I'm like,
And they said the only reason he didn't murder more people because Tim Tebow was keeping him from killing. Tim Tebow prayers was keeping.
like
That's a
I
crazy
had
story.
more issue with
Tim
it.
Tebow prayers was. Yo,
I
have you seen the story about that Florida team?
reinstating them than the
No, that
freaking
Florida team was
NFL.
crazy. They had
don't even
Tebow,
surprise me. They
Hernandez, Cam Newton on the same roster.
Brandon Spikes.
Brandon
Spikes.
Spikes.
What's the other dude name? Brandon whatever name.
Who else? Percy Harvin was on that team.
They said Percy Harvin was wild too. They like, Percy Harvin might have killed somebody. They said Tim Tebow prayers kept that team together.
Yeah, Tim Tebow was talking to God a lot with that team. You know what I
They
mean?
even showed, they said it.
Like,
Hernandez said it. He's
bro,
like, yo,
like,
Tim
we
Tebow
literally
prayed
had-
me from killing people.
We had players like Nadam King Sue and Vontez Burfict being the Draymond Green in the NFL. Mother, let them play.
Yeah, Vontez Burfict, the reason why AD wilding out now.
Hey, man, I promise I have never seen something so direct that happened directly and it changed the man. You know, he used to be quiet. He used to be quiet and didn't say a word. Next season, he in the locker room while coach was in there doing the video. Like, look at me.
Right, he on Instagram live
And it's the next year. I'm like, when you start
Montez
doing
Burfict changed the trajectory of Antonio's brain. You know what I mean?
Lawrence Taylor had a multitude of issues. When he was in the
Lawrence
league.
Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor was doing crack before game.
What are we doing?
He's the greatest defensive player of all time.
Hey, like the NFL let ethics go a while ago. They
No,
just have
the man
limits
did-
on how far they're willing to throw under the rug. They have limits, but the ethics
Bro, the
go
nigga was
a
hitting the crack pipe and then getting 4 sacks in the same after.
like a while ago. That
Hey, what he say in the interview? Y'all used to do drugs in locker room. Y'all don't? How you take all these hits and don't do drugs?
That nigga was coke. That's why he was so ferocious. He was coked up the whole fucking time.
I bet Deacon Jones would too, just slapping his head.
The
white
New
powder all
York
the time.
Giants just had a whole kerfuffle because Jackson Dart out there introducing Donald Trump in pep rallies and stuff. We just had more struggles and strife and debates and stuff. Like, what are we doing? Talking about some ethics. The NFL let ethics go decades ago. Decades. Talking about some ethics. What?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be ethical and a billionaire. You know what I mean?
I'm like, wait a minute, bro. They let they go. Wow.
The two don't go hand in hand.
Merch coming soon, by the way. Merch coming soon.
That's crazy.
Merch coming soon. We don't sympathize with being there.
You know what I mean? Why should we?
I'm just like, bro. I was like, y'all remember some of the people we didn't have?
The NFL and listen, they allowed Ray Rice to come back until the backlash, and they was like, all right, hold on.
Now did you hear when they said they saw the video before, but when he got out, they said he got out. That's too much. Okay, they seen it.
It's like, yeah, we saw the video. It was all right. We're gonna suspend them 2 games, and then
The video came out. It's like,
video was like, they was like, all right, the whole season.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Y'all remember Michael Irvin?
He knocked her
got put on probation for being caught with some. Like, what are we talking about? Some ethics.
Shout out to James
Like,
Harden.
some of the greats literally had crap that was just like the NFL. Like, all right, just ban him for a couple of games.
The nigga from the Panthers, Ray Caruth, the nigga killed his baby mom and his. Listen, man.
Bro, like we sitting there like Michael Vick literally had a whole dog fighting thing, bro. And
He got
played after he came. What are we doing?
To be fair, he got punished way more than all the rest of them
I'm
did.
sitting there like, bro,
Yeah, Mike Vick did do 2 years.
He got punished more than everybody else did, but
Man,
what they do, we
Listen,
know white people love their dog.
as a
bro.
teenager, as a Falcons fan, when that shit happened, bro, I was devastated because I'm like, man, we about to be ass again. And what happened?
I was just shocked.
We was ass until our Lord and Savior Matt Ryan came and saved us. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was hurt when Vic got booked. Boy, I was hurt. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, nigga.
I'm like, do y'all not understand the NFL?
I ain't gonna lie, it felt like culture got set back. a few years when
Yeah,
Michael Vick
so
went
I'm
to
like, bro, I'm like, bro, what is you doing? Yeah, man.
that nigga was coaching for a little bit. That nigga in Atlanta was coaching, dog. Everybody wanted to be Vic. Bro, if they ask Andrew Luck and every quarterback now who they wanted to be when they grew up, they all say Michael Vick.
Mike Vick. He was that
Oh
man.
yeah, that boy made the running quarterback and everything look good. Especially we
Before
had
Michael Vick, they were like, oh, black people ain't
Sean
smart enough to
Jackson.
be quarterback. You had a few, but like dumb in there, but they were far in between. Not every quarterback almost black.
Good chunk of them, and that's a good blend of all of them all across the board, black and white.
Yeah. It's like now in the NFL, you got to be a mobile quarterback now. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just have to be really, really
bit.
good if stationary. You just have to be really good if stationary. There are some like, Joe Burrow, and there are some that are good if it's just stationary.
But Joe Burrow can run a little bit.
He can.
Joe Burrow can run, but he stay getting his ass smacked. So he,
he do get put, but just
he gotta stay in that pocket. But his offensive line ass.
or like Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford don't like running.
Matthew Stafford not a runner.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford ain't.
But he also old school too, though.
But it's like you just have to be really good if you're throwing the ball. Just be a pure throw. You just have to be really good. Like, and I even respect like some other ones like Jared Goff is relatively good in the pocket. He's a solid quarterback, stuff like that. Like you just have to be good. It's just the running quarterback is becoming a lot more common now. Very true, but there are a number of them that just still solid.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But that's the show for today. James Harden was booked in Houston. Ain't gonna speak too much on, but my boy, you too old. You too old, bro.
Free my nigga James Harden.
You too old to be doing this, James. I'm being for real, bro. You way too old to be doing this.
Free Harden. I don't know what he did, but free.
Well, what did he do? Let's see, so I can actually give y'all the story. I don't want to be putting.
James, yeah, he got so much clout with the strippers. Ain't no pole dancers belly him out yet.
It was a gun charge.
Oh, he got gun related charges.
Oh yeah, but nope. Well,
it was I think he was having one and he's not licensed to have it, something like that.
He in Texas, so he probably had to keep that thing on special use. So, but get it legally, my guy. Get it legal. It's open carry.
Get you a legal firearm, man.
Yeah,
it's getting thrown under the rug already.
In Texas, it's not hard to get. It's Texas, dog. You can just go to Walmart and get this shit. They'll give it to you. You go to Walmart, you get your license. They be like, hey, you know how to hold a gun? It's a little point. You know how you put the gun in? Just all right, you good. It's Texas, dog. How you in Texas not getting your gun license? I get he probably he don't really live here, so I get he probably didn't think he needed, but he could keep it on him because he be in some places that he probably might need it one day.
But like James, why ain't you rolling with a nigga that's strapped? Like you should have a motherfucker that's. You know what I mean?
I would think that they would have security, considering you make millions of dollars. But I'm like some places that
at that level, when you at that status, you shouldn't be carrying no type of weapon. Like motherfuckers,
he 9 figures, bro.
You should have somebody doing that for you.
9 figures, that's easy, but. I don't know what that means. Don't do that.
But the same thing, but then we got the other people. So
yeah. But it's been a good show. I appreciate y'all for coming. It's been a really good show. Me and Hollywood got a new show coming soon. Next week, me, him, and D-Rec on demand. Hopefully next week. We'll get Keep 99 Music Theory coming soon. I'll probably do a solo episode this week, and we'll do bi-weekly between solo and what's name. Because I know I don't want to just put a bunch of shows on people, so I'm just gonna be doing I'm probably gonna start doing bi-weekly shows and do stuff like that so we can get people rotated in and out. So Keep 99 Music Theory is coming where we break down lyrics of old songs. The first one with me and Hollywood and D-Rec is gonna be Brenda Got a Baby and see if that's still relevant today. The story of Tupac said. I don't know which one I'm doing yet, but we got me and Hollywood and them got Love Yours, that, and all kind of story about fame and stuff. We're gonna break down on Keep It Out Music Theory. Of course, Sunday we have Cartoon Network Mount Rushmore. So we got that coming up, and I'm looking forward to that. We already got a list that was made by the group for who's on the Mount Rushmore. Eddie and Eddie is going to be, of course, in the top 30. I know people are going to yell about that, so I do want to get that out the way before we do anything else.
There's a lot of Cartoon Network shows you can use. I just don't really know how people are going to flow when it comes to that, because Cartoon Network got a lot of good shows. It just depends on how you're going to flow with it.
Our 4 right now is Adventure Time, Teen Titans, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Powerpuff Girls.
I'm already against one of them hard. So it is what it is.
You probably can blame Cam for that.
Huh?
I'm assuming you can blame Cam for that.
I know. I didn't even see
Everybody
the
else did the same
I
thing.
didn't even see the question when it was asked of the first four. So you know, they got that to me. Don't worry. I'm gonna fight against it with all my might come Sunday.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good show. Look forward to that. We got the Keep 99 Sports Show back on Tuesdays. I know we did it today because we didn't have one Tuesday. Power review. I don't know. We might do some. I know people busy. We got to get time from people.
It's off season, so it don't matter.
Yeah, so we got Power review show coming up soon. I already did my personal reaction. My first reaction from where I just react the first thing I think about that comes out that night. And so we got a lot of shows coming. I got not for your For You page, not your FYP, a new show with the waifu girls. So that's gonna be a fun thing. So like I said, this summer I'm gonna try to put out a bunch of high quality shows with different ideas and different looks and different feels to engage with y'all, man. So overall 99 ent@gmail.com. I know I'm talking to them, but I want to get all this stuff out. So just go ask your questions, put your ideas out there. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go to overall99media.org. You can find all these places. You click this man's face, you'll go to Make It Make Sense the podcast. You go to the affiliate page, you will see both of How the Hood stuff, the Blur Quartet, and the What It Sound Like pages and all that. If you just go to his page, as well as I know it says Sculpture, but it's supposed to be Brigade and a bunch of other like small businesses that I'm gonna support. I'm gonna try to put more small businesses on there. So go click everybody's pages. It will be right there for you. As your other Unico Williams, as you saw earlier, and everybody else. Y'all got anything to say before we get out of here? By the way, merch is right here. If you just on the screen, just take this screenshot. You can go find the merch right there. Easy. Or you can go to overall99media.org.
Shout out to overall 99.
Shout out to overall 99.
I mean, what it sound like back next week?
Let's go. A lot of music next week. By the way, I'm looking forward to this.
We got the mid-year review for what it sound like, and then I'm gonna keep it going after that because we've been going for too long.
But that music theory show, the music theory show, I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to that one too. I got a lot of thoughts about a lot of songs. You know what I mean? So
we already got. I think we only gonna probably we got 4 songs, but I don't know if how we gonna do it. I might do some of myself. We gonna talk about. We made a new chat that we can talk about and break it down. Some of them I don't know if they want to do. I'll just do it myself in the solo episode. But then we only got 4, so we'll just continue to make the list as we go. But I'm looking forward to that. I appreciate y'all for watching. We about to get out there.
Lights dim, low shadows stretch long. Courtroom chaos, sports all wrong. The fraud judge speaks no truth at all. Who will rise? Who will fall? Keep it 99.